We're live at Saabs Carlisle 2026. I just ate lunch, so it's time to take a walk. So we'll just take a walk along the show field today. Fortunately, I didn't bring my monopod, so apologies if the video gets a little jostled, but you can see here we got a, this is a 93 commemorative edition 900 that's been wrapped in a very unique purple. It's kind of neat to see. And Saab 95 Aero, 2004-2005. Here's a nice Edwardian gray SPG. These are kind of like the latecomers, so we're going to go row by row. This row today, because it is the 40th anniversary of this car, the Saab 900 convertible. We're going to be seeing a lot of those here. So one last SPG before we kind of get into it. Here's a nice, it's either Le Mans or Nocturne Blue. You can see they've made some tasteful upgrades, including seats from a 9000 Aero. So those are the Recaro seats. I see a modern classic Saab short shifter in there and some Super Aeros off a 98 9000 CSE. Very nice, very tasteful. Nice Edwardian gray. This is an earlier 900 turbo, but you can see that it's been upgraded with Trionic 5. Very popular upgrade. So, judging by the inlet pipes there, it's probably, well, it's probably a 1990. Given that Godzilla, given that there is ABS module in there. There's another. This is, I believe this is an 88. Another Trionic 5 convertible. It's nice, black 900 with the SPG kit. Looks good. Looks good. Came all the way from Canada, eh? All right, got another black turbo. Nope, 900S, my bad. So 2.1 liter. It's a later model. Scarab Green S and a 91 900S. Again with the 2.1 liter commemorative edition convertible. I believe this is Lee Kelso's car. As you know, he is my co-host on nope, this is Bob Incravati's car. That is my bad. But Saab Talk Live, we're gonna bring it back soon. Another 900, looks like a commemorative that this is Amy and Phil Clean's car. This is a, not sure what year it is, I'd have to look at the VIN, but does have the Bocara red interior and an airbag. So this is a 1990 900 turbo. Very, very beautiful car. All sorts of really great options. There's another, we got some, this is 92, Lynn and Judy Schaefer from Petersburg, Pennsylvania. Another Trionic 5 converted. Black over taupe interior, very nice, very nice. There's another, here's a white with Bocara, so probably a 1990 as well. This looks like my first Saab convertible, so Cirrus white with the Sierra tan leather. Looks like some people took their cars on a little trip, so now we're getting back into the original. So 1986 was the first production year of the Saab 900 convertible. 300 were built for the American market. Every dealer received one, and pre-orders lasted well until 1989. But it was the only year that it had the old style bumpers, the old style headlights. And you got this jerk over here. It's my car. 93 900, Trionic 5 converted, full of parts that I purchased. So coming back from Carlisle with more stuff than I left home with. Got a couple of beautiful 91 SE convertibles. Saunders Lee and his yellow one with the black Aero interior. Another doppelganger of my first convertible here. Buddy JT and his recently acquired 91 900S. So lovely to see that, Talladega red. If you've seen the movie Paid in Full, here's a tribute to the Saab convertible. It was driven in that movie. Actually, you know what? I think we even have, there it is. the movie poster. All right, Jordan Pagano, modern classic Saab, has his, calls this car Bluey, because it's blue on blue, but he is the king of T5 conversions. I have him to thank for the system in my car. And, he bought this car before the 2024 convention out in Portland and fixed it up on site, did a whole session on converting Trionic 5. Got a few more of the classic convertibles before we venture into the new generation. Now, this car had its front end converted. Popular thing kids are doing these days. It's Mark Welker's beautiful 9.3, a nice cosmic blue 9.3, red 9.3, fusion blue with parchment. That's nice looking. It's an 07 by the looks of it. There's no sit on top of the dash, so updated interior. Of course, you got the lime green, which is the launch color for the 9.3. This is Steph's Elsa. It's got all the little frosty bits on it, you know, in honor of Frozen, that franchise. Nice Vigan convertible. Sun green 9.3, looks like a 2002 model based on the wheels, and a couple randos here. We got a 9.5. This is the V6. It appears to be a 2011 because it has a sunroof. It's a 9.3 sports sedan. It's been tastefully upgraded, and a 9.3 convertible. So we'll flip over to this side now, where we have 9.5, an OG 9.5, a Vigan, nice silver Vigan, Java brown, probably a 2011 9.3 based on the color. And we got 9.3 next gen convertible. The 9.3 sports sedan looks a lot like the one I owned about 15 years ago. Nice 9.5 Aero with a lot of tasteful mods done there. This is Tom Ledwell's car. It's a, I believe it's a 2004-2005 9.5 Aero. Again, very tastefully modified. It's a 2010 Hirsch Edition 9.5 Aero. So again, being a 2010, no sunroof, but got that V6 power plant in there. And got my buddy Kurt's car here. This is a 9.5 you know, Aero wagon that has had a lot of modifications done as a tribute to the Hirsch and Troll R versions of the 9.5 that were available in Europe. Another old gen 9.5, looks like a 2002, 2003 in laser red. A lot of laser red cars here. We couldn't move them off the lot back in, you know, the early 2000s, but here they are. And we got, again, a nice 9.5, came to us all the way from Maine. And this one, this is a salvage auction car. So this is pretty awesome way to acquire a Saab. I've done that a few times. So, all right, so we got Scott Carr's Auto Shack selling parts. We got Haydean North America, or Haydean Parts North America. They recently announced that Tim Colbeck, the longtime CEO of Haydean US operations, had purchased all the common stock and now is the sole owner of Saab Parts in North America. And so great resource now that, you know, we have available to continue to get parts for these cars. So obviously we've got some nice stuff here in the tent. You know, being the 40th anniversary of the Saab convertible, we got some choice Saab convertibles in there. That one looks like it definitely ran afoul of something, given the Band-Aid on there. So now we're coming into the vintage section. So this is a bit more my speed. So starting here first, we got a nice Carolina blue 96, early 70s model. I'd guess. Well, we'll go take a look. This is a 73. So Carolina blue was a very popular color in those days. Sonnet 2 with the V4 engine, so Sonnet V4. Here's a beautiful Saab 99 coupe, complete with the mini light wheels. Now this Sonnet is packing a little bit of heat. It's got a turbocharged 1.7 liter engine. So this thing's making some serious power for what it is. And here is a very spicy Swedish meatball. So Mike D of Mike D Tuning fame recently put this car together, and it's interesting. So this specific car came from the West Coast. A mutual friend of Mike and I was selling this car, probably about 8 years ago, and I was scheduled to go to a trade show out in the Seattle area, and I almost bought this car and drove it home. I'm glad that I didn't, because what ended up happening was the water pump failed. And as you are likely aware, if you're a Saab fan and you know the 99 and the B engine, those water pumps, they can like shear apart and cause a lot of pain. So really glad I didn't do that, and I'm really glad that Mike actually got this car, because he has since worked his magic. Now, going beyond Trionic 5 and going into the world of Mega Squirt. He's running Mega Squirt in this with a water-to-air intercooler. You may have noticed when we were on the valve cover side that there was no DI cassette. It's actually running coils from an LS GM engine that have been modified with boots from a Volkswagen to fit in the valley between the cams. I have yet to drive this car, but I've been told that of all of Mike's projects, of which I've driven a few over the years, it's very spicy, as he said. Speaking of spicy, children, shield your eyes. This is the late John Weber's Saab 99 that he built probably about 25 years ago. This car has been a fixture at these events. His son Aaron is now the custodian of this fine example of the Saab 99. And some definite liberties taken in its implementation. Obviously, it's taken on the form of an SPG 900 with the aero badging. But really, John was a good guy. I miss him a lot. So glad that Aaron is continuing the tradition of bringing this car. I can remember Carlisle's of the past, where that car was in various states of construction. So to see it all in one piece, I'm sure. Excuse me. I'm sure he's angling for a best in show. Here's a all original Saab 96. Absolutely stunning car in Verona green. And this one comes to us from a fellow named Mark Faldazinski, and I hope I pronounced that right. This is what I want my 96 to look like. Obviously in Toreador red, not in Verona green, though I wouldn't be mad about that. And here's a really special 96. So my good friend Jonathan Dennis, who I've known for almost 30 years of playing with these cars, recently imported this car from Sweden. I say recently, it was like a couple of years ago now. So this is a 1980 Saab 96. This is one of the last Saab 96s ever made. It's not the Jubilee edition. Those were a limited production with the blue paint, but this car is about as new of a 96 as you can get in the world. And so it's been really interesting to spend time with Jonathan and his son this weekend. This car's slave cylinder failed yesterday when they showed up, so I was helping them get that back into some kind of shape. But just noting the differences. I mean, even in the last 9 production years of this Saab 96, I have a 1971. Really interesting to just see how things evolved. So here's a beautiful Sonnet 3. No turbo in this one, but it's all there. This is a, let's see here. So this is a 74. It's a beautiful, beautiful example. Here is another Euro 96 GL, 1979. Cinnabar red. Obviously this car has been around a little bit because we do have some vintage SCNA badges on the grill there. And here's I believe this is a 1987 900 convertible as well. So let's see, how wrong was I? It doesn't say there, but oh, look at the VIN. Oh, the VIN says N. This is actually a 92. My bad. This is Citron beige. My sunglasses don't pick up color very well, but you know, always great to see these old 900s still playing out here. All right, so on to the next row. It's a nice steel gray. We sold a lot of steel gray Saabs back in the day out on Portsmouth Ave in Exeter. A lot like these. So we got a nice steel gray 9.3, black 900, red 900. The ends of the rows are kind of like the miscellaneous places. Here's a really sharp SPG with the airflow kit. All right, now we're getting into quirks and features. You got the 9000. You know, Saab's, like some say it's Saab's last real car. Some say otherwise. I say that they were pretty fantastic if you are handy with a multimeter. So, you know, got 9000s in various shapes, and then, oh, whoa, whoa, what's this? That's not a 9000. It's also not a 900. If you know what this is, drop a link in the comments, or drop a comment in the comments. All right, so you got the front end of a 99, the rear end of a 900. The math ain't mathin', but they called it a Saab 90. And what happened was they needed a low-cost car for the European market, and they could have kept making the 99 after 1984, but the problem was from here on back, the dies had worn out. But lucky for Saab, they had a trick up their sleeve. So they took the rear quarter of a Saab 900 and the front half of a Saab 99, and they made a car out of it. And they called it the 90. I want one of these really bad. So you get the short wheelbase of a 99 with the extra kind of, you know, content of the 900. So obviously shorter wheelbase means, you know, a little sharper handling. These things kind of drove like freight trains, as Peter Backstrom from the museum explained. And I agree, I've had a couple of 99s. They're great driving cars. So back to the 9000s. Andre in his white 94, absolutely stunning car. Again, you know, 9000 Aero having the interior made by Recaro. So really just a great upgrade for any Saabs that you know, follow that same bolt pattern or have creative people with welding skills. All right, so let's walk by the old Central Penn Saab Club event tent here. A little British car just went by. Nice. All right, all right. So, how else can I entertain you for the minute and a half that's going to take me to walk down to the rest of this row? Here's some fun Nissan content instead. There's a nice it's a 300ZX. Quite a neat car. Everybody say hi to Shelly and Greg. Right on, right on. Okay. So, down here we got porta potties and a Nissan.
Yeah, well, I'll go tell them right now.
But let's go take a look at this Nissan. So there's
Hi, Carl.
Hello. Love it. Love the engagement here. So, as is tradition, our good friend Jerry Danner did not drive a car here. He flew in from Colorado into Baltimore, where they gave him this lovely Saab Turbo Talladega Deluxe Saab 99 Griffin Edition Saab V4 99 9593 9000 SEMS, also known as a Nissan Sentra. Traditionally, when Jerry attends these events, if he has to rent a car, he brings a suitcase full of old Saab badges with him and stickers it up. And he is selling synchronizers for Saab. Here's Jake Tilton's beautiful 9.5 Combi. He's very tastefully modified. He's got beautiful Aero X wheel, or Turbo X wheels on it. We got a nice glass gray 9.5 here. Here's an award winner from Parsippany. So yeah, you know, got good array of 9.5s here. As you know, I'm a 9.5 fan, having owned several myself. So nice little lineup here. A lot of the rare colors, Arbor Green, you know, later year stuff. So good to see a good turnout here. You know, well sorted, not rusty 9.5s that continue to do great things out on the road for their owners. All right, now back into end of row miscellany before we get back into categories. Got a nice 9.3 Sport Combi in laser red. Looks like they're selling some parts too. Good stuff. We got a 9.5 Aero. Oh no, maybe that's a Turbo 4, my bad. 9.5, 9.5. Here's this is a 50th anniversary, I believe, or 60th anniversary. I'm forgetting more about these cars more and more every day. It's a Vigan. Okay, now we're into classic 900 land, so we'll slow it down again. It's a beautiful black turbo that I wished I could have voted on, but it was not part of the running. This old Survivor here from Connecticut, nice 900 turbo hatchback in what used to be rose quartz. Beautiful 79 900 turbo hatchback, 5-door, which we only got here for 2 years. Just beautiful 900s. Here's a race car, T5 converted. Just the number of 900s still turning out year after year never ceases to amaze me. These cars were extremely well built, but if the tin worm didn't get them, then you were in a that's what we're seeing here. So that's good. 85 SPG, beautiful 85 900 hatchback base model. Another SPG. I'm seeing more parts out here for sale, so I might have to, after I'm done recording this video, go see if I can angle some deals on some things. Arctic Silver 900, I believe, if my glasses don't fail me. Another beautiful SPG. Beautiful early 16 valve 900 turbo. Scott Winna drove this car all the way up from Florida. T5 converted. I actually had this exact same car back in 2001. So rose quartz. Mine was an 85, so it was the 8 valve naturally aspirated instead. So there you go. That's the lay of the land at Saabs Carlisle 2026. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. I'm gonna try and make more Saab content. It's fun. Stuff's more fun with friends. So subscribe and you'll be treated to more shenanigans with 900s and 96s, and hopefully me not swearing on camera too much when I bust my knuckles on these things. Have a good one.